Students, how are you? I hope you all are fit and fine. So dear students, let us continue with chapter 11, the proposal written by Lomo Checo in your first flight. So what we have seen in this story, as it is a Russian play in which a Russian marriage have been described. We have also gone through the description given in the box about a Russian marriage. In this play, as of now, we have seen that Lomo goes to Chubukov's house to propose. Chubukov's daughter Natalia Stepnovna, who is of 25 years, and Lomo himself is 35 years. The students, when Chubukov, Natalia's father, came to know about it, he became very happy, as he also wanted Natalia to get married with Lomo. Chubukov went and he sent Natalia. When Natalia came, so before Lomo could say anything about his proposal, they started talking about on different issues, on their properties, and an argument began between them, and it was about oxen meadows. According to Natalia, oxen meadows belonged to her family, but according to Lomo, it belonged to his family. So both started arguing over this issue. So what happened next? Let's read out and come to know. So dear students, you all please open page number 148. Okay. Lomo also told her that he could show the documents, but she did not listen. They continued arguing on this issue, which was about the possession of oxen meadows. Now, Lomo, I'll show you the documents. Natalia Stepnovna. Natalia, no, you are simply joking or making fun of mine. What a surprise! We have had the land for nearly 300 years, and then we are suddenly told that it isn't ours. So Natalia said, what a surprise! A land which is ours since last 300 years, and now someone has come and he is informing us that it is not ours. What a surprise! Ivan Vasilievich, I can hardly believe my own ears. These meadows aren't worth much to me. They only come to 5 desiatins. It's a currency. It's a measurement of length. This unit is used in measuring the plots, okay, or field, okay. So he said they only come to 5 desiatins and are worth perhaps 300 rubles. Rubles is a currency. But I can't stand unfairness. She said, this does not cost much, but I cannot stand with the unfairness. Say what you will, I can't stand unfairness. So she said, say what you want to say, but I do not agree with you, and I can't stand unfairness. Lomo, hear me out, I implore you. Implore means, dear students, request. Implore means request. Okay, so he said, I implore you, I request you, the peasants of your father's grandfather, as I have already had the honor of explaining to you, used to bake bricks for my aunt's grandmother. He said, as earlier I have explained that the peasants of your father's grandfather, they were, baking the bricks for my aunt's grandmother. Now my aunt's grandmother, wishing to make them a pleasant, so as my aunt's grandmother wanted them to make pleasant, that is why she gave that land to them for free use. Natalia, I can't make head or tail of all this about aunts and grandfathers and grandmothers. She said, I cannot make this head and tail all this about aunts, grandfather, grandmother. I cannot believe what story you are telling me about grandmother, grandfather, aunt, etc. The meadows are ours, that's all. She said, these meadows are ours, that's all. I do not know anything. Lomo, mine. Natalia, ours. Now, argument between them continued. You can go on proving it for 2 days on end. You can go and put on 15 dress jackets, but I tell you, they are ours, ours, ours. Further, she said, even you take 2 days to prove, and you put on 15 dress jackets, okay, to say it that they are yours, but even though I cannot believe they are ours, ours, ours only. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't want to give anything of mine. So there, she said, I want to take anything which is yours, and I don't want to give you what is mine. I cannot give you what is mine, and I won't take you which belong to you. I don't want to take you which belong to you, and I don't want to give you which is mine. Lomo, Natalia Stepnovna, I don't want the meadows, but I am acting on principle. Lomo also said, Natalia Stepnovna, I don't want that meadows, but I am also acting on principles. So both of them were working on principle. Okay. If you like, I will make you a present of them. Further, he said, if you like those meadows, so I can make you a present. I will give you them in present. Natalia, I can make you a present of them myself because they are mine. She said, I can make you the present because they belong to me. So I can make you the present. Because they are mine. Your behavior, Yvonne Vassilevich, is strange. Further, she added that the behavior of Yvonne Vassilevich was strange. To say at the last, up to this we have always thought of you as a good neighbor, a friend, and here we lent you our threshing machine, although on that account we had to put off our now threshing till November, but you behaved to us as if we were gypsies. So, further she said that we were thinking that you are a good neighbor of ours, you are a good neighbor of ours and a good friend. That is why we have lent you our threshing machine once, and we postponed our threshing till, we put off our threshing till November. But you behave as if we were gypsies, but the way you are behaving as if we are nomadic. Gypsies means nomadic. You must have gone through this word in your history book. Gypsies. Gypsies means nomadic. The people who do not stay at one place, who keeps on changing their place, who wherever they reach they pitch up their tent and they stay there for some months, some days, some years, and again they move on. So she said that you are behaving the way we are gypsies. One more word I am going to write here. Impudent means rude. Impudent means rude. One more word is there. Carafe. Carafe means a water container. Carafe means a water container. Okay. So please, you can take the screenshot or you can note them down. You can also pause the video and note them down. Okay. Okay, dear students. Now what happened? Look at these lines once again. He said, once we have lent you our threshing machine and we put off our threshing till November, and the way you are behaving, it seems we are gypsies. Giving me my own land, indeed, and you are giving me my own land. No, really, that's not at all neighborly. It cannot be a neighborly. It cannot be a neighborhood. A neighboring person cannot do like this. In my opinion, it's even impudent. She said, it's my opinion, it's a rude. Impudent means rude. It's rude. If you want to know, Lomo, then you make out that I am a land grabber. Then according to you, I am a land grabber, a people who forcefully occupy the land. So that is land grabber. He said, you are thinking that I am a land grabber. Madam, never in my life have I grabbed anybody else's land, and I shan't allow anybody to accuse me of having done so. He said, Madam, in my whole life I never grabbed any other person's land, and I do not allow anyone to call me a land grabber. Quickly steps to a carafe and drinks more water. Now quickly he take a water container and he drinks more water. Oxen meadows are mine, and he says, oxen meadows are mine, Natalia. It's not true, they are ours, Lomo, mine. So students, you can see Lomo went there to propose Natalia step novena, but he could not do so when Natalia's father sent Natalia for the same. As Natalia's father Shubko was also very happy, he also wanted Natalia to get married, Lomo, but when she came, so instead of proposing her, they started arguing on a topic of the land, and it continues. Natalia, it's not true, I'll prove it. I will send my mowers out to the meadows this very day. So either I will send my mowers mean crop cutters. Mowers means, dear students, crop cutters. Mowers means crop cutters. Okay. So sir, I will send my crop cutters out to the meadows this very day. Lomo, what? Natalia, my mowers will be there this very day. Lomo, I will give to them in the neck. He said, if you will send your mowers, I will give to them in the neck. It means I will beat them. Natalia, you dare? Lomo clutches at his heart. So now Lomo clutches at his heart and said, oxen meadows are mine. You understand? Mine. So he continues saying, oxen meadows are mine. You understand? Mine. Natalia, please don't shout. You can shout yourself hoarse in your own house. But here I must ask you to restrain yourself. She said in such a harsh voice, in such a severe voice, you can make a noise in your own house. You cannot shout like this in my house. And I must ask you to restrain yourself. I must ask you to control yourself. Lomo, if it wasn't, madam, for this awful, excruciating palpitation. He said it is because of, excruciating means, strong. Let me rub it, then I will write. I hope you have written these words and their meanings. Excruciating means strong. Okay. As he was suffering with palpitation of heart disease, in which heart starts beating fast. So he said, I will prove it. If it wasn't, madam, for this awful excruciating palpitation, if my whole inside wasn't upset, I would talk to you in a different way. He said, actually I am suffering from strong palpitation. If I would not have been suffering, then I would have talked to you in a different ways. Yell, oxen meadows are mine. Then once again he shout out that oxen meadows are mine. Natalia, ours. Lomo, mine. Natalia, ours. Lomo, mine. So students, this continued. No one is ready to give up. No one is ready to accept that oxen meadows is not there. Okay. At this point, Chibuko enters. Chibuko, what's the matter? What are you shouting for? He said, what's the matter? Why you people are shouting? Natalia, Papa, please tell this gentleman who oxen meadows, we or he. He said, Papa, please tell this gentleman that who owns oxen meadows. Oxen meadows belongs to whom? He or we. Chibuko to Lomo, darling, the oxen meadows are ours. So Chibuko says, of course, oxen meadows are ours. So the students' argument continues. Lomo, but please Stephen Stepnovich, how can they be yours? Do be a reasonable man. He said, be a reasonable man. How can they be yours? My aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's peasants. She said, my grandmother has given, my aunt's grandmother gave the meadows for the temporary and free use of your grandfather's peasants. These peasants used the land for 40 years and got accustomed to as if it was their own when it happened that. So he said, my aunt's grandmother had given these meadows to the peasants of your grandfather for free use. Since last 40 years they have been using it, so that is why they are in habit of calling it theirs, but it is not theirs. Shubuko, excuse me, my precious, you forget just this, that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that. So he said, you forget about that they did not pay your grandmother because the meadows were in dispute and so on. So he said, because meadows were in dispute, that is why they were not paying to your grandmother. And so on. And now everybody knows they are ours. It means that you haven't seen the plan. He said, now everybody knows that those meadows are ours, and it means you haven't seen the plan. Lomo, I'll prove to you that they are mine. Lomo said, I'll prove you that those meadows are mine. Shubuko, you won't prove it, my darling. Lomo, I shall. Shubuko said, you won't prove it. Lomo said, I shall. So, now Shubuko enters. Even then, this argument regarding possession of that land, oxen meadows, continued. Shubuko, dear one, why yell like that? You won't prove anything just by yelling. He said, why are you yelling like that? You cannot prove anything just by yelling. I don't want anything of yours and don't intend to give up what I have. He said, I don't want to take anything which is yours, and don't think that I would give you the thing which is mine. Neither I want to give you which belongs to me, nor I will take that thing which belongs to you. Why should I? And my beloved, that if you propose to go on arguing about it, I would much sooner give up the meadows of the peasants than to you. There, he said, you are thinking that if you continue this argument, then I would give up the meadows. Lomo, I do not understand. He said, I don't understand. How have you the right to give away somebody else's property? Who said, how can you call somebody else's property to yours? Shubuko, you may take it that I know whether I have the right or not. Shubuko said, you may take it that I know whether I have the right or not, because, young man, I am not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice and so on. He said, young man, I am not in habit of using such tones. I, young man, am twice your age and ask you to speak to me without hesitating yourself, and that's all. He said, I am twice of your age and I am not in habit of using such a rude word, so I want you to don't shout out and talk to me with respect, because I am twice of your age. Lomo, no, you just think I am a fool and want to have me on. You call my land yours, and then you want me to talk to you calmly and politely. He said, you are calling my land yours, and now you want me to talk to you politely and calmly and give you respect. How can you think so? Good neighbors don't behave like that. Stephen Stepnovich, he said, good neighbors don't believe like that. Stephen Stepnovich. You are not a neighbor, you are a grabber. He said you are not a neighbor, instead you are a grabber. Shubhko, what's that? What did you say? Natalia, Papa, send the mowers out to the meadows at once. Natalia said to her father to send the mowers, to send the crop cutters just now to the meadows. Shubhko, what did you say, sir? Natalia, oxen meadows are ours and I shan't give them up. Natalia once again said, oxen meadows are ours and we shall not give it to anyone. Shan't give them up, shan't give them up. She repeated it in order to emphasize. Lomo, we will see. I will have the matter taken to court and then I'll show you. Lomo said, we will see you and I will have the matter taken to court. I will take this matter to court and then I will show you. Shubhko, to court, you can take it to court and all that. I know you are just on the lookout for a chance to go to court. Yes, he said, I know, just you are waiting to go to the court. And that all. You pettifogger. Pettifogger means, clever man. Pettifogger means a clever man. Pettifogger means you are a clever man or a clever person. Okay? Pettifogger. So he calls him a clever person, a pettifogger. All your people were like that, all of them. He said all were people, your whole family were like that. Lomo, never mind about my all people. The Lomos have all been honorable people and not one has ever been tried embezzlement like your grandfather. Embezzlement means financial misappropriation. It is embezzlement. Embezzlement means financial misappropriation. Misappropriation. Okay. Embezzlement means financial misappropriation. So please note it down. I hope you have either noted down or taken the screenshot. Okay, let us continue. Yes, he said, never mind about my people. The Lomos have all been honorable people and not one has just been tried for embezzlement. No one is, tried for embezzlement or financial misappropriation. That is called in Hindi gaban. Okay, you also can say corruption. Okay, misappropriation, financial misappropriation. Okay, like your grandfather. Father said no one no one corrupt person like your grandfather. Shubko, you Lomos have had lunacy in your family. He said, such type of madness in your family. All of you. Natalia, all. Natalia said, you all mad. Shubko, your grandfather was a drunkard, and your younger aunt, Nastasia Mihailovna, okay, her name, Nastasia Mihailovna, ran away with an architect, and so on. Now they started, abusing each other's family. Shubko said, and your grandfather was a drunkard, and your younger aunt, Natasha Mihailovna, ran away with an architect, and so on. So the students, it continued the argument between them regarding the possession of oxen meadows continued. Now it reaches at the point when they started abusing each other's family. So it's all about today's class. In my next video, I'll explain the rest part of this chapter. So thank you students for watching this video. See you tomorrow.